She come on. Begging you to marry me. I'm a spec. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bibi Babatunde-Ikotun. I'm a faith and lifestyle blogger, YouTuber, and occasionally podcaster based in Toronto, Canada. And today I have a very special guest on my channel. Ta-da! So this is my husband, the owner of the Ikotun behind my last name. We're gonna be doing a meet my husband tag, and I have a couple of questions on my phone that I'm gonna be asking him. So we'll start by asking, kind sir, do you mind introducing yourself to the audience?
All right, my name is Babatunde-Ikotun. What else?
I guess that's fine. Babatunde-Ikotun, the husband of who?
You, my rich wife.
Yes, that's me. That's me. I'm a rich wife. So, I guess my other question is, the audience would like to know, what do you do for a living?
Well, I preach the gospel for a living. Then, professionally, I would say I'm a customer service executive, and I do artist management freelance. Then also I can do plenty things
Through Christ who
yeah, well, I think that's it for now. Yeah.
Alright, thanks. Is a pastor. That's what it meant by I preach the gospel for a living. Is a pastor. What church?
The Standpoint Church.
The Standpoint Church. So next question.
Under Pastor Phil. Dr. Phil.
There are many Dr. Phils in the world. You have to specify.
Pastor Dr. Phil Ransom Below. Yeah.
That's his name. Put some respect on the name.
Yeah.
So my next question is, so this is more about our relationship, and it says, how long did you date before you got engaged?
Dating. I don't think I can remember that though.
Me too.
Because it was a rollover from the whole talking to liking to.
Yeah, I don't think we had like defined phases.
No,
it was
no.
We talked, we liked, you asked me to be your wife.
Yeah, I think that's from May till January I think that was when I met your parents first.
Yeah, I met my parents in January.
So May to January is like 8 months or so, right?
Yeah, but we weren't engaged in January technically. We got engaged in August, and we got married in November.
Oh, but your parents already asked me to marry, you know.
Yeah, my parents asked you to marry me.
They said to come and carry you now from your house.
Please don't let my father hear this.
Is that not what your mom said? They said that she come now.
Why making you sound as if they're begging you to marry me? I'm a spec.
Yes, no.
My parents not beg you to marry me.
No, okay.
Anywho, so yeah, the next question is, how did you know that you were both the one for each other?
It's just me by my intuition, led by the Holy Spirit. I think that was just it for me, and my values were similar. Our values were similar to each other, so
yeah,
there was no yes, no, and it was just a clear one, you know.
Yeah, I would say the same. It was kind of like the person I'd always been looking for but didn't find. So when I met him, I was like, oh, this is too good to be true. I beg, like. So yeah, and eventually I saw the truth for what it is. He was a honest and decent man, hardworking too as well, and he also carries Jesus on his head like I do.
Yeah, preach it.
So which is kind of like a big thing for me. And here we are. So next question is, do you share the same faith?
Of course we do.
Yeah, we're both Christians, and we believe in the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
And that's what makes us Christians. The next question is, How did you feel when you found out that Bibi was going to be moving and you're going to have to do some long distance in your dating and in your marriage?
I think it just it comes from a place of knowing what you want and the price you have to pay for what you want. And you know, if you say you really like someone, if you say you want something to work, you know, there's a level of commitment you have to put into it. So my being committed in the relationship was part of me considering the long distance in the relationship. So is this what I want? Yes. Can I take the pain or endure this the instability that comes with long distance relationship? So yeah, I said I can do it, and I was going to do it because it was worth it, and considering the kind of person she is. So
what do you mean by instability in long distance relationship?
Yeah, you know, you hear many stories now that, you know, this person, they were engaged here, or maybe Nigeria or any other country, and you know, the one person had to leave before you know anything. You know, the relationship starts to grow thin, and you know, so just many things that comes with relationships and all of that part.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I mean, long distance can be really hard, emotionally, physically, mentally, even spiritually, and because you're, especially if it's a marriage, because you ought to be one and do everything in oneness, but because you're apart from each other, you won't be able to do that. But then you always find like creative ways to connect, right? On every level, so that way your relationship or your marriage isn't suffering because you're apart at that point in time. I mean, there are many people that will be like, oh, I can never be in a long distance marriage, yada yada yada, and then what if push comes to shove and like in a season in your marriage you have to do long distance? I mean, you won't serve divorce papers because someone has to travel. It could be for work, it could be for any reason. You just take it as it is and keep it moving. So yeah, I mean, long distance can be hard, but it's not something that cannot be done. It's very possible. And someone asked me like, oh, what helped? And for me, I think understanding that it's just a season and seasons come and go. Like, that's one thing that is very constant. Season changes. It might tarry for a while, but it comes and goes. And like, when I have that at the back of my mind, it helps me stay settled. Like, okay, we're in long distance now, but like a while is going to come. That's going to be over and we're going to be together. And which is what we're doing now. Where in fact, I've never really calculated our total long distance together, because I moved in January. I moved to Canada in January of 2019. I came back home. We got married in November.
Yeah, November.
So let's say that's 11 months. 11 plus 14. That's 25. So yeah, that's 2 years and a month. Whoa, I never thought about it that way. So we actually did long distance for 2 years and a month. Wow, that's amazing. More, it's God's grace. So to be honest, because I don't even know, like I never knew we did long distance for 2 years and a month, but now we're living together. So another question I have is, how are you liking Canada so far, and how are you settling into Canada?
Glorified Abuja. Yeah, Canada is fine. It's beautiful, man. So yeah, it's cool. So
how are you like settling in with me?
With you, our life is always good with you. So yeah, so aside from that, you know, like the places we go to, you know,
we haven't gone anywhere. We're in a lockdown, guys. I think the only place we've gone to is Walmart and the African store. Where else have we gone? We're in a lockdown. Dollarama. Then we're in a lockdown, and I'm actually thinking of putting a vlog together, just like a random lockdown outing and all. But like, we haven't done, like, I feel bad because I'm always like, oh, I haven't shown him around town, like he hasn't seen. But then I realized, because my mind is like, oh my god, it's so short-lived. but then I realized that it's here to stay permanently. So if he doesn't see CN Tower in 2020, he will see it in 2021. If he doesn't go to the beach in 2020, or rather, well, in 2021, if he doesn't see it in 2021, he'll see it in, like, it's not going anywhere. We're together forever by God's grace.
Amen.
Whew. So my next question, why are you looking at my question? My next question is, what would you say are your top 3 qualities or favorite things you like about Bibi?
Anyways, well, 3 things I like about Bibi is that Bibi is honest, and
I am.
Bibi is dependable.
I am.
And Bibi is just Bibi. Bibi is very nice.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay, now I guess I should return the favor. What are 3 favorite things I like about you? I think your energy is very infectious. Like, even if something is going wrong and I'm like freaking out, and you're just there calm, like and I think it's very infectious, because I look at you and I'll be like, how can you be calm like when something is going wrong? And I'm like, okay, maybe I should also be calm. So that's one of my favorite things I like about you, your ability to be calm under pressure. Don't worry, he won't put this under his resume, so they will not finish his destiny with pressurizing situations. And I think the second thing I like about you is that you're a people's person. It's like when people look at us from the outside in, they always think I'm the people's person, and it's like the reserved, quiet person, but it's the opposite. Is a people's person, and that's one thing I admire. For me, when I'm with people for a while, I actually get exhausted and like really tired, like I get drained, and it's something like my friends quickly notice. So they're like, if you want to do something with Bibi, just be fast about it, because I get drained really fast when I'm around people. But then I can watch him hang around people, be the life of the party, talk to multiple people at the same time, and like it's just like, I'm just like, wow, I wish that was me. I wish that was something I could do. Just be like, I feel like you would thrive in like a networking event where you just go and meet people and you talk about like career and stuff like that. But me, at a networking event, I'm like at the corner pressing my phone. I just want to go home because it's too much. But like, you're a people's person. And the third thing I like about you is that you're a family guy, in the sense that you carry family, like you carry family on your head. And like, it's also something I learn from you. Like, it was at my neck, like, oh, call your parents. I'm like, why? I already texted them. We texted always, so I could know calling is different. Call your siblings and all of that. So I really admire that. Even your relationship with your mom, like it's something I really like. So I would say, yeah, those. And you're also dependable, and you're honest, and you're trustworthy, and you're just a generally amazing person. I hope you know that.
I know. That's what I mean.
See, this is why I don't give this guy any compliments. Like, I give him a compliment and he's like, I know. I'm like, oh, you look good, babe. He's like, yeah, of course I know. I'm like, oh, this food you made is good. Like, yeah, of course I know. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh, sorry.
I will stop giving you compliments, because
but the more you say you stop, the more you keep doing. Because
you're too much. You're too extra. Okay, let me look back at my questions. Dun, 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 dun. So this is a question. So are you gonna be starting a church in Canada?
Is that the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll be starting the Standpoint Church here in Canada, and as God leads, or as the Holy Spirit inspires us to do. Yeah, so the Standpoint Church is having its own branch here in Canada. So, and it's a privilege to be under the tutorship and under the leadership of Dr. Phil and Sumbilo, and for entrusting this work, you know. And sometimes it feels like, you know, there's so much to learn, so much to listen to, so much to, you know, so much to do, but no pressure, you know. We have been given the capital, and the capital is for us to go into the world and preach the gospel. And under this ministry, and under the ministry of, you know, Bishop Bello, and it's a great thing, to do, and it's a great privilege, to be in this generation to communicate our faith with. So it's a privilege, yeah.
And on this note, no one is allowed to call me Pastor Mommy or Mommy Gio or any of those things, because I will not answer you.
Yeah. Okay.
I will not answer anybody that chooses to call me that. Thank you and God bless. Okay, my next question is, so the audience gets to know you better, what are your favorite things to do?
Oh, okay. I like to play football or soccer. I like to play video games. I like watching movies. I like to...
What kind of movies?
I like action movies. Like,
if they don't shoot 50 people, you know what?
Yeah, I like it. I like to eat and I like to sleep. So, as if I'm not, of course, if I'm not, doing my personal study, or those are the things I like to do, and I even enjoy, watching other people have fun. It's something for me. So that's me.
Okay.
Basically.
My next question is, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book, I don't think I have a favorite book now, because there are some books that have been given to me, I think that was not last year, 2019? Yeah, 2019, yeah. Dr. Phil took me to the store to get some books, for me, and it has just been very, very enlightening. I don't read like novels or anything, not because they are bad. It's just that I don't know that's just not my space. I like to read Christian books, but I don't think I've found a favorite one for now, because there's always more to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist? Davido?
It's not like Davido is my favorite artist. I like Davido's personality, not necessarily what he sings, but when you just like someone, you like them. I really like Davido, and as a secular art, well, gospel art, there's a lot to mention, and I like people's personalities. I think I'm more attracted to your personality first. That's just me, rather than what you have to say or what you have to sing. Like Davido, I like him just because he is Davido, not because of what he sings or what I like him for is. Also, I like Ty Tribbett, I like Kirk Franklin. I like, when you like someone, just like someone's vibe, not necessarily what they sing. And that's just me. Yeah, that's me, my personal opinion.
Okay, so this is second to last question. What advice would you give to someone that is trusting God for a genuine and serious life partner?
There's a lot to I don't even know how to answer that question without going into different topics. But I think the only thing you just have to do is just to keep trusting God. You say you're trusting God for a journey. So the only thing you're trusting God, the only thing is to trust God. That it will definitely come your way, and also have the disposition that God is not going to give you something bad, or something you don't like, or be with people you don't like. So it's just for you to trust God for all that you trust God. Keep trusting God for it.
Yeah. I guess I should also give an insight. I would say, don't believe the lies of the devil, because I was also once there, right? You know what you want as a Christian man, as a Christian woman, but the things that you're seeing around you don't necessarily align with those things. You feel like, oh, you have to compromise on one thing or another, and that can be very stressful. Like I've seen ladies that they meet a very nice, perfect guy, but then they have to compromise on their purity just to keep him and all of that. But I just want you to know that God isn't running out of his children, the children that seek him in truth, in spirit, the people that want to keep his values, that want to do things the right way. So each time the devil brings lies at you and say, oh, they don't make Christian brothers like that anymore, or they don't make Christian sisters like that anymore, you tell him to his face, that's a lie. Like if multiple people can go into really nice, beautiful Christian marriages, like why is your own story going to be different? Like even me personally, I like to thank God for the people that I see around me, right? Even on Twitter, people that I follow, marriages that I follow, especially Christian ones, and I see them thriving, and I'm like, my story can be different from theirs, my marriage will thrive. And I feel like also having that mentality and that mindset, like my marriage has no choice but to thrive, to be a godly one, the one that values Christ and everything that Christ stands for. So don't buy into the lie of the devil about your marriage. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to settle for less than what God wants for you. You can have his will. And also check your desires too as well, because sometimes you may have desires that are not very, what's the word, realistic. Because I like to think many women like made men and all, and this is not me saying you should embark on a Bob the Builder project, but you have to understand that some brothers might not be the shining diamond that they are now, but just a little bit of love and tender care and amazing attention and all of that, like their beauty their beauty radiates and comes out. So there might be a brother you look at and you're like, he's not even fine, he doesn't even know how to dress. Those things can change. Don't major on the minors and minors on the major. If it's looks, if it's dressing, all those things are minor things that can change. But then the things are, what do they value, what do they stand for, what is the testimony about them? Those are the major things to look out for. So my last question for you is, are we going to be seeing you back on this channel?
So you want me to tell the whole world no? I'll try.
You'll try. You guys don't know how many conversations I had just to bring him on this channel today. Like even today before we recorded, I was telling him like, oh, we're recording today. He said, what? Remind me again, with the most serious face. And I was like, God. He said, pray about it. That's what he told me. And I said, I want you to come to my YouTube channel. He told me to pray about it. But see, what God cannot do does not exist. Jesus answer prayer, nothing Jesus cannot do. Alright, if you've had a good time watching this video, please leave a comment below, click the thumbs up, please subscribe. Don't just watch my videos and refuse to subscribe. Please subscribe. If you like him, I'll try my best to bring him more on this channel. If you don't like him, let me know. I won't bring him again to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.
All right, bye everyone. Bye.